parents said, it's just not the right time for me and my kids to come for Christmas. But my sister's coworker and her dog were there. I just sent a photo of the gifts. 10 minutes later, my mother called 24 times in a row. I ignored everyone. Then my father showed up and knocked on my door. Without thinking twice, my parents said it wasn't the right time for me and my kids to come for Christmas. But my sister's coworker and her dog were there. I sent one photo. My mother called 24 times in 10 minutes. I ignored every call. Then my father knocked on my door. Without thinking twice, I showed him the email. The one from his cardiologist. The one confirming his heart surgery was scheduled for January 8th, 16 days away, and that he'd need 24/7 care for the first 2 weeks of recovery. I'd already requested time off work, already researched post-surgical nutrition, already child-proofed my guest room. I'd even bought a medical alert necklace with my number programmed in, wrapped and ready for Christmas morning. You were going to tell me when? I asked. He stood in my doorway in his old Packers jacket, snow melting into my welcome mat, staring at his own medical records. Your mother said we'd figure it out after the holidays, he whispered. After the holidays. After they'd told me the house was too full for me and 2 small children, but somehow had room for Rachel's coworker Jennifer and her golden doodle. 11 people in that living room. Not one of them was me. We can talk about this inside, my dad said. No, we're done talking. I've been talking for 6 years. 6 years since my divorce, when I moved back specifically to be close to them. 6 years of covering their property taxes when dad's hours got cut. 6 years of Sunday dinners I cooked because mom's arthritis made it too painful. 6 years of being the reliable one, while Rachel fluttered in twice a year with expensive wine and excuses. When he came expecting me to nurse him through surgery after choosing everyone but me, I shut the door on his plea with the same calm finality I'd spent months preparing his care, then refused to be his backup plan ever again. My dad's hand went to his chest, an unconscious gesture that made me hate myself a little. I'll hire someone, he said quietly. With what money? The silence was devastating. He was already behind on his mortgage because Rachel borrowed $8,000 last year for her kitchen renovation and never paid it back. I've been covering your bills for 2 years, I said. The power company, the water bill, even your car insurance last June. But somehow you had money for prime rib and champagne at Christmas. Your mother wanted it to be special. Special for who? Not for me. Not for my kids. Please, he said finally. I'm begging you. A year ago, those words would have broken me. But I'd spent Christmas watching my 6-year-old ask why Santa didn't bring presents to Grandma's house anymore. You're begging me now, I said. Where were you when I begged you to reconsider Christmas? You left me on read for 6 hours. Then Mom replied with, we've made our decision. They'll kill me, he said. And he meant it literally. Your mother can't do this alone. And Rachel doesn't even know how sick I am. Then tell her the truth. She'll fall apart. You know how she is. And there it was. Rachel couldn't handle it. So I had to. Rachel was too fragile. So I had to be strong. Rachel got to be the princess while I was the maid. That's not my problem anymore. I could die. Then you should have thought about that before you made your daughter and grandchildren feel like strangers in their own family. I closed the door. He stood there for 30 seconds before finally walking to his car. The calls started immediately. Mom first, then Rachel, then 3 numbers I didn't recognize. I turned my phone off and made hot chocolate for the kids. By morning, I had 42 missed calls and a voicemail from Rachel. Mom says you're letting Dad die out of spite. What kind of person are you? I texted back, the kind who knows her worth. Then I called the surgeon's office and removed myself as emergency contact. I gave them Rachel's number and wished them luck. 3 days later, Mom showed up with my aunt. They wanted to talk. You're being cruel, Mom said. I'm being exactly what you taught me to be. Unavailable. That night, Rachel posted on Facebook. Family is supposed to show up for each other. Praying for people who've forgotten that. 3 of my cousins messaged me privately. One said, about damn time. The surgery is in 4 days. I haven't changed my mind. Yesterday, my dad sent one final text. I'm sorry for everything. I hope someday you can forgive me. I replied, I forgive you, but I won't forget, and I won't come running anymore. This morning, my daughter asked if Grandpa was okay. I told her the truth. Grandpa is sick, but he has people taking care of him. Why aren't you helping? Because sometimes, baby, you have to let people solve their own problems. I'm done being the emergency contact for people who treat me like an afterthought.